Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. According to Al Jazeera, the United States has launched a new wave of early morning airstrikes against military targets in Iran. Acting under the authorization of President Donald Trump, U.S. Central Command stated that the strikes are specifically aimed at degrading Iran's ability to attack commercial vessels and civilian mariners transiting the Strait of Hormuz. Iranian state media confirmed explosions near the strategic waterway, though no civilian casualties have been reported. This latest escalation, which began on July 7th, threatens to completely unravel a ceasefire memorandum of understanding signed between the U.S. and Iran last month. The agreement was intended to end hostilities that began in February but was strained by disputes over control of the Strait of Hormuz. Despite Iran's claims of maritime sovereignty, the U.S. maintains that the shipping route remains open. While President Trump indicated on social media that the ceasefire is over, he suggested that diplomatic talks would continue. Meanwhile, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres has urged both sides to exercise maximum restraint, and Iran's foreign ministry has called on regional nations to stop allowing the U.S. to use their territories as launch pads for attacks. According to NHK, the New York Times has reported that Russian intelligence officers are using Japan as a key hub to procure high-tech goods essential for the military invasion of Ukraine. The U.S. newspaper revealed that after hundreds of Russian spies were expelled from Western capitals following the 2022 invasion, dozens of them relocated to Japan. The report highlights that a veteran officer from Russia's military intelligence agency, the GRU, has been operating undercover as an employee at the Aeroflot airline office in Tokyo, playing a vital role in supply logistics. According to Ukrainian government estimates, approximately 90% of Russian missiles and drones contain Japanese components. Consequently, Ukraine has repeatedly urged the Japanese government to tighten export controls on high-tech products. The article concludes that Russia has successfully exploited Japan's thriving high-tech sector and relatively weak espionage laws to support its war effort. According to Yonhap news agency, the Seoul Central District Court was scheduled to deliver its verdict on Monday afternoon for former South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol and political broker Myung Tae-kyun. Both face charges of violating the Political Funds Act. The special counsel team has accused Yoon of colluding with his wife, former First Lady Kim Keon-hee, to accept 58 free opinion polls worth approximately 270 million won, 180,100, from Myung between April 2021 and March 2022. Prosecutors allege that the polls were provided in exchange for Yoon's support of former Representative Kim Young-soon's nomination under the Conservative People Power Party during the June 2022 parliamentary by-elections. The special counsel has demanded a 4-year prison sentence for Yoon and a 3-year sentence for Myung, currently jailed and facing multiple trials following his ouster after a failed martial law attempt in 2024. Yoon has strongly denied the allegations. Meanwhile, an appeals court previously acquitted Yoon's wife on the same charges, a ruling that the prosecution has appealed to the Supreme Court. According to a report by AFUNG, a joint team of engineers and surgeons from the University of California, San Diego, has successfully completed the world's first real-time clinical surgical trial using remote-controlled humanoid robots. As published in the latest issue of the journal Nature, the groundbreaking experiments were performed on large non-primate mammals. The trials involved 2 distinct surgical setups. In the first procedure, a human-machine team consisting of 1 humanoid robot and a human surgeon acting as an assistant successfully performed a cholecystectomy, gallbladder removal. In the second procedure, a robot team comprised of 2 humanoid robots worked collaboratively to complete the surgery. Both surgeries were highly successful, marking a significant milestone in medical robotics. This breakthrough demonstrates the immense potential of humanoid robots in executing precise, remote-controlled medical procedures, which could eventually pave the way for advanced telesurgery in human clinical care and provide critical medical support in remote or hazardous areas. According to NHK, China has defended its territorial claims in the South China Sea following a joint statement by 14 nations, including Japan and the United States. The statement, issued on the 10th anniversary of the landmark 2016 Arbitral Tribunal ruling, reaffirmed that the decision dismissing China's expansive maritime claims is final, legally binding, and definitive. In response, China's foreign ministry issued a statement calling the ruling nothing but a piece of waste paper with no legal or binding force, asserting that China's sovereignty remains unaffected. Additionally, Beijing strongly condemned a separate statement by Japan's Foreign Minister Motegi Toshimitsu, who criticized China's non-compliance as undermining the international rule of law. China reiterated its firm opposition to any actions based on the 2016 arbitration. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.